What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the best trooper build with insane speed and damage in Dune Awakening. So in this guide I will give you a quick overview of the setup, then I will explain what skill trees and upgrades should you focus on. Then as well we'll see what is the best gear and how to get it for both leveling and the endgame. And then finally we will go over the different tools, classes, your skill rotations, and even what weapon should you use, so we would be able to get the highest damage possible and much more. And before we continue, thanks to the U4GM, their pro website that provides Dune Awakening Solari and items on all servers with cheap price and fast delivery. They have over 11,000 positive comments, and this website is really worth a try. So make sure to use my discount code KATE for extra 5% off. This mobile trooper build is incredibly versatile and dynamic combat setup that specializes in mobility, sustained firepower, and the tactical repositioning. This build revolves around staying light on your feet while consistently laying down the suppressive fire from the mid to long range, which makes it ideal for players who love to kite the enemies, then flank them from unexpected angles, and control the battlefield with insane speed. Unlike melee-focused builds, the mobile trooper will thrive by never standing still. You'll be in consistent motion, using gear and skills that boost your sprint speed, stamina regeneration, and the rapid directional changes that make yourself a difficult target. Whether you're raining bullets on NPC mobs or outmaneuvering other players in PvP, the mobile trooper build will bring unmatched flexibility. What truly makes this build shine is its synergy between the tools, passive bonuses, and the lightwear armor choices. Every element of your loadout is tailored towards a fast pace, relentless playstyle that rewards quick reflexes, smart positioning, and precision aim. Instead of brute force, you will rely on overwhelming pressure and hit and run tactics to pick off targets before they can even react. And thanks to increasing variety of the ranged weapon options, you will always have something to fall back on. Either way, if it's a burst damage rifle, a crowd control grenade, or even utility gadget to give you an edge. For players who love speed and tactical advantage over the raw power, then the trooper is one of the most exciting and the skill intensive builds that is currently available in the game. So let's take a look at our skill tree, and instead of focusing heavily on traditional class based trees, the mobile trooper will thrive by prioritizing utility and movement enhancing skills. Your main active ability should be including the Shigwear Claw, Suspensor Pad, and the Energy Capsule. Shigwear Claw is a powerful repositioning tool that lets you pull yourself quicker towards terrain or enemies, allowing for aggressive flanks or the rapid escapes. Then Suspensor Pad will let you launch vertically by giving you a tactical elevation and opening up creative movement in both PvE and PvP. On top of this, Energy Capsule is critical for keeping your stamina and the power regeneration high during the sustained engagements. These actives are supported by a refined selection of techniques. For example, the Battle Harden will give you increased resilience in combat, especially when trading shots with the ranged enemies or escaping danger. Then Suspensor Dash is your go-to mobility technique, letting you quickly dart out of the harm's way, or reposition in combat without relying entirely on a vertical movement. And then there's even the Death from Above, which is a devastating aerial strike that allows you to combo with Suspensor Pad, or unexpected burst damage from above. This combo is not only effective in disorienting enemies, but also adds a whole new layer and surprise to your encounters. This build does not rely on a single skill tree. Instead, it pulls from multiple sources to create a hybrid that's extremely mobile and responsive. You should invest into the general passive traits that improve energy regen, stamina management, and the cooldown reduction, but your primary goal is to maintain freedom of movement while delivering consistent range pressure. Your mobility becomes your defense, and your movement tools will become your offense. The next up, as you enter the mid-game, the mobile trooper will begin to show its full potential. By now, you should have unlocked enough core abilities to maintain near constant fire while sprinting around the battlefield. At this stage, your focus should shift towards mastering rhythm and resource management. Mid-game fights are where the stamina and energy limitations will become more noticeable, so you need to start optimizing your combat flow. Begin every encounter by softening up enemies with the suppressive fire, then kite them through the narrow pathways or open terrain by using the boosted movement to avoid damage. Then as well, you can do things like crafting consumables, for example adrenaline shots or the sprint enhancing injections, which will become a key here. These items can give you critical bursts of movement speed or the damage resistance, which is perfect for resetting a fight or diving into a risky flank. You should also experiment with multiple weapon types during this phase. While a marksman rifle is your main tool, a secondary option like the SMG or energy burst sidearm can give you much more versatility against a shielded target. And now lastly, once you've hit the endgame, it's time to push the mobile trooper to its limits. By now your gear and technique should be fully optimized around the burst movement, vertical place and the sustained range output. This is when you start chaining your main actives together for a non-stop engagement loop. You want to open with the suspensor pad, following that up with the death from above for the burst, then use Shigware Claw to quickly reposition or escape. While moving, pop energy capsule to refill your stamina and keep up the pressure with your ranged weapons. You'll also want to refine your build to include cooldown reduction passives and combat gear that enhances the energy and the stamina usage. Death from above will become one of your best engagement openers when timed after the suspensor pad, because you will catch enemies off guard, and even the weaker ones you will one-shot. Next up we have our equipment, and for the choice of armor, the mobile trooper build should emphasize lightness and utility above a brute force. We want to begin with the combat scout set or equivalent light armor gear that enhances sprint speed and the stamina regen. These sets won't offer the highest defense, but the mobility they provide is far more valuable to your playstyle. Once you start collecting the higher tier pieces, you want to upgrade to the variant that offers enhanced movement traits, especially those that give sprint duration bonuses or the dodge cooldown reduction. Suspensor belts are critical here. Equip one with the Wingbreaker belt or the Reflex MK2, which gives you a burst dash or the temporarily speed increase after taking a damage. These belts make it easier to break out of a dangerous situation or collapse quickly on a squishy target. You want to match it with a high performance power pack, ideally something like the Overdrive Core or Pulse Generator, which boosts your gadget energy and offers a short cooldown that refreshes after sprinting or using an ability. These combinations lets you keep up relentless pace, which is crucial for staying effective in long fights. Next up we have our weapons, and the main one in this build is a marksman or a burst rifle. The Raptor Auto Marksman or the AR-MC Precision Rifle are ideal, as they offer high fire rate, good accuracy and a solid damage at a medium to long range. These will allow you to smash enemies while strafing and repositioning, and also staying safe while bursting them down. You want to aim for passives and attachments that reduce recoil and boost hipfire accuracy so you can shoot even while sprinting. In close quarters, you want to swap to a fast-firing SMG or a high-powered pistol. These secondary weapons can clean up enemies quickly if they break from a mid-range. Then you can even toss your turret for support, then switch to an SMG and then even dash away and reset. You want to always control the distance. Too close and you're vulnerable, but too far and your accuracy might drop. So the weapon synergy with your movement is key, and once you get it right, you'll be able to melt anyone in few seconds. And now finally, let's take a look at the gameplay. In combat, we always want to be proactive with our positioning. We will start fights by scanning for open flanks, then engage from a direction that our enemies don't expect it, then lay down suppressive fire, while sidestepping or circle strafing. You also want to drop your turret just before entering the fight, to create an automatic pressure source. Also, you can use a Suspensor Dash to avoid projectiles, or reposition instantly when the heat is on. The key here is to never stop moving. Every second you are a stationary target is a second that you're vulnerable. If you're up against a melee build in PvP, then use terrain advantage to stay out of the range. Jet boost over rocks, use elevation and bait enemies into the turret fire. Against ranged enemies, you can use gadgets and grenades to disrupt their aim, and also use burst movement to dodge their line of sight. In my opinion, you don't want to rely on raw DPS. Instead, play smarter, faster and more tactically. Overall, this mobile trooper build is all about the battlefield control, so master your rhythm, keep energy topped off, and let your weapons and the tools do the rest. So let me know what you think about this build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous video where I showed you the best class tier list, top 5 even more powerful builds and much more. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.